Hi friends, and welcome to today's yoga class. My name is Amber and I'm with Mindful Yoga and Art STL, and today I'll be doing a yoga video focused on strength and flexibility. So we're going to try some new things today and get into a new routine. I know for me, I'm needing some new routines lately, or I'm wanting some new routines so I can just keep healthy and keep focused on the good stuff. I wanted to show you one quick thing before I got started, and this is something I picked up over the weekend. It is a little card set of 50 mindfulness activities for kids, and it's for ages 4 through 104, so I'm just a big kid, just a big kid. And one of the things that it does is that it offers a bunch of different cards for you to just pick up and then focus on for each day. For instance, there's a card about sitting with it. And today that is going to be the focus of our first part of our yoga class. We're going to first focus on our breath. We're going to use this card to focus on the sensations in our body. Then we're going to go into a brief warm-up, and then we're going to go into some more strength building and flexibility building exercises that I hope you'll enjoy today. So today I'm actually going to also show you the beginning steps of working on a headstand. So that's something I've been still working on in my life, and it's something that I wanted to share with you today. So let's do it together. Why not? Let's get started with sitting with it. So find a comfortable seat. My legs are crossed here, and I'm going to go ahead and rest my hands on my knees. Find whatever's comfortable for you. It could be sitting on a block. It could be sitting on a blanket to just help with any aches and pains. But today we're going to start by sitting mindfully with your spine straight and body relaxed. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable and take 3 soft, slow, mindful breaths. So inhaling and exhaling 3 times. Notice any pain or discomfort that you may have in your body. What does it feel like in your body? Does it feel hot? Does it feel itchy? Does it feel sharp? Does it feel achy? Or do you have any stinging sensations? So now notice that if you're squeezing your muscles tightly because of the pain, if so, take more soft, slow, mindful breaths. And slowly try to relax your muscles around whatever point of discomfort that you have. I love this part, think of your pain as a friend who needs to tell you something important. The pain talks by being hot, by being achy, by being itchy, sharp, or stinging. So pay attention to your sensations. They might change. Sometimes they grow stronger, or sometimes they grow weaker, or sometimes they fade away. Keep breathing those slow, mindful breaths, just noticing, not judging anything bad, not judging anything good, but just noticing what discomforts are happening in your body, and then slowly trying to relax any muscles around them and letting your breath almost pool around that discomfort and help it slowly relax. So finish the slow, mindful breathing process when you notice the pain changing, even just a little bit. Maybe the pain changes by bringing your awareness to it. Maybe the pain changes with your breath. Or maybe it's not pain and maybe it's just stiffness or discomfort. But just noticing it and taking a couple of more slow, soft breaths, and then we'll get started with some movements. Let's start with our legs out straight in front of us. Feet are flexed towards us. And we're going to first just press our hands into the mat on either side of us, lifting up through our spine, through the top of our head, and lifting up with our chin as well. We're going to take our right ear to our right shoulder and slowly roll it down and around to our left. Slowly roll it the opposite way. 2 more times. And now letting it roll all the way back and forward twice. And letting it roll all the way back and forward the opposite direction. Once again, you may notice any of that pain or discomfort in your neck. Just notice it and know that your breath and your movements can help that change throughout the course of this class. All right, we're going to slowly lift our fingertips up and exhale down. Inhale, fingertips come up and touch, and exhale down. Grounding down with the earth and with the mat underneath you, and grounding up above your head with your fingertips. I guess not grounding, but touching above your head with your fingertips. We're syncing our breath with our movement here, and we'll try to do that throughout this course of this yoga class. Ground down your right hand, and we're going to reach over the top of our head, spiraling our pinky finger down towards the earth and reaching out with our hand off to the right side of our mat. Reaching those fingertips forward and grounding down the left hand. Right fingertips come up and reach up and over the head. Pinky finger spirals downwards and reach outward. Keeping both sit bones grounded onto the earth as much as you can. Reach forward and switch. Left hand over your head, right hand reaching out. We're warming up the spine. All right, oops, reach it down and forward, off to the left. Right hand reaches up. Slide that left hand out as much as possible. Spiral those pinky fingers down. Reach it forward, and one more time. You may even come onto your forearm here for a little bit deeper of a stretch. And one more time on the opposite side. Awesome. Sitting up once again. Let's do a slow twist. So opposite hand, left hand comes to the outside of the right knee. Right hand reaches up and behind you. Make sure to slowly, ever so slowly, keep lifting with the top of your head. Glancing over your shoulder. Also engaging the core. We're going to engage the core a lot today. All right, and switch. So right hand comes to outside of the left knee. Left hand comes up and grounds down. Engage the core, flex the feet. Twisting with the base of the spine and lifting with the top of the head. And switch. Switch. One more switch. Lifting the hands here and then dropping them down. And so one last twist. Awesome. Go ahead and shake these feet out just a little bit. And we're going to do a couple of modified cat-cows. So we're going to plant our hands down onto the ground on either side of our hips. Lift up with our chin. Slowly pull our shoulder blades back and down and slightly arch our lower back. And then we're going to reach forward, maybe hands on your knees or hands forward on the mat. Top of your spine reaches back behind you, chin to chest. And inhale, hands come back to on either side of your hips. Lift the chin up and breathe. Exhale, hands reach forward, chin comes to chest. Let's do 3 more of these with your breath. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. And one last set. Inhale and exhale. Awesome. Let's come to our knees and our hands. So coming into a tabletop position, we're going to pay a little attention to our wrists, which we don't normally pay attention to, but it's important. So from this position here, we're going to walk our hands so that our wrists are underneath our shoulders, knees are underneath our hips, and we're going to stretch it forward. So putting weight on our wrists and then letting it release off of our wrists. So inhale, taking the top of your head forward, leaning your whole torso forward, and then exhale, sit it back and down. Inhale, exhale. So we're gently rocking back and forth on our wrists, warming them up. If there's any pain or any sharp sensations you have from doing this, just don't do it. Stretch in a different way. I don't want you to hurt yourself. You're the expert of your body. All right, one more of these. Inhale and exhale. Coming back up to a tabletop position, we're going to flip our fingertips around so that our wrists are forward and our fingertips are facing our knees. So inhale, sink back. Inhale, reach it forward, and exhale, sink the hips back. We may not be able to go back and down on this one. Just allowing the wrists to warm up in a different way today. So go to the level that you feel a stretch, but not discomfort. Inhale one more time here, and exhale. All right, let's go ahead and switch around here to the front, and we're going to sit in a yogi squat. So let's find a yoga squat position here. So you might need to step out just a little bit wider. Knees are wide. We're sitting down with our hip bones reaching towards the ground. Knees are out to the side. And we're going to just start some slow wrist circles. So not a fist, but just a slow, gentle clasping of the hand and circling one direction and circling the other direction. All right, opposite hand. So we don't want to clench the fist because that restricts and tightens the muscles actually, and we're trying to loosen up everything and get some more strength and flexibility going on. All right, awesome. Let's go ahead and come back down to that tabletop position once again, and this time we're going to spread our fingers wide, knees are underneath our hips, and we're going to slowly start to warm things up. Let's tuck our toes behind us. Let's lift up into a downward dog position. Walking the dog, we're going to stretch out those legs just a little bit, those hamstrings. All right, pressing down firmly with the palms, pressing the heels back and down towards the earth here. We're going to slowly walk it forward into a forward fold position. Grasping the elbows here, letting our body twist from side to side. Letting this rock forward and down. Knees are slightly bent here. Inhale, halfway lift. I like to lift my hands up to my thighs, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms out wide to the side. Lift the fingertips up to the sky. Palms are together in a prayer position, lifting with the heart, inhaling and exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, forward fold. Press the hands down firmly into the mat in front of your feet. We're going to step back with our right foot and step back with our left foot here into a plank position. For modifications, you can always come down to your knees here for a modified plank, but we're going to try A couple of strength building exercises with plank and chaturangas. All right, so coming to whatever position feels comfortable to you, we're going to slowly lower down. Not all the way. We're going to breathe and then lift back up. Breathe for 3 more seconds. Slowly lower down and push back up. And this time slowly lower down all the way to the ground. Inhale here, up dog or cobra. Lifting your heart, lifting your chin, tucking your toes, and coming back into a downward dog position. Once again, stretching as much as you need here, flexing the right knee, flexing the left knee. Walking it forward here into a forward fold position. Once again, grasping the elbows, rocking back and forth here in this forward fold position. Bringing any gentle movements your body needs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms raised high to the sky. Hands in a prayer position above your head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift once again. Exhale, forward fold. Press the hands firmly into the ground on either side of your feet. Step back with your right foot. Step back with your left foot. And once again, modify this plank if you need to. Inhale here and exhale, lower halfway. Exhale, push up into plank. Inhale, lock those elbows in halfway. Exhale, push back up into a plank, hold. And slowly lower all the way down. Stay here. Inhale, up cobra. Or up dog, whatever you choose. And exhale, back into downward dog. All right, in this downward dog position, breathe. Inhale, exhale. We're going to slowly come to our knees here for just one moment, and we're going to come down to our forearms as well. Arms are parallel here on the mat. Palms are pushing into the earth or into your mat. And then we're going to slowly tuck the toes and lift the hips into a dolphin pose. So this is one modification of downward dog. And we're going to reference this in helping us with our handstand today as well. Inhale here. Exhale. Come back down. Bring your hands back up into that tabletop position. And take it back into a child's pose. Taking one more deep breath in this child's pose and then coming back up to that tabletop position once again. Let's tuck those toes behind us, send our hips up and back into downward dog. From this downward dog position, I'm going to just move forward just a little bit. We're going to slowly come up and kick our right heel up to the sky. So three-legged dog here. Make sure to keep your hips level towards the earth, not lifting up to the side. And then we're going to slowly bring our torso forward, bending our right knee and bringing that right knee to your right elbow. Inhale, kick that toe up and back once again towards the sky. Exhale, bring that knee underneath you, forward, bringing your nose towards your knee. Exhale, kick that heel up towards the sky. This time coming to your left elbow, crossing your body. Inhale, kick it up. We're building strength here. Touching that right knee to your right elbow. Kick it up, exhale. Inhale to the center. Exhale. Inhale to your left elbow. Kick it up. And then one last time. Inhale to your center. Hold it here for a second. And then step it forward. All right, we're going to bring both hands to the inside of that right foot. You can take your knee down here if you so choose. Wiggle walk that right foot forward, making sure that your wrists are underneath your shoulders here. Coming into what's called a lizard pose. And you have some choices here. So you can always keep this knee lifted in this position. You can bring the knee down. You can stay here, or you can take a block, set your forearms on the block, or set your forearms all the way down. We're going to be here for about 10 breaths, stretching through these hip flexors and really helping our body just get a little more flexibility. So I'm going to be here for 10 seconds, or 10 breaths, I apologize. So just like we did at the beginning of class, slow, gentle, mindful breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Noticing any discomfort, breathing into it. Coming to my last breath here. If you're still breathing, take your time. Coming into a position once again of pushing my hands into the mat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come into ninja pose here, a ninja lunge, also known as Stinkasana. So I'm going to turn these toes to the front. I'm going to press my hands into the mat. And then I'm going to straighten my left leg out to the side. So really bending into this right knee, straightening this leg out to the side. Inhale, wide-legged forward fold. Exhale, Stinkasana on the other side. If you can, get your heel down onto the ground here. If not, that's okay too. Straightening out that leg to the side, flexing the toes up here. Inhale, switch sides. Exhale, come down. Some people feel comfortable going into a prayer-handed position, and some people feel comfortable bracing themselves. Choose your comfort levels today. All right. We're going to slowly lift up one more time into that wide-legged forward fold position. Both sets of toes facing towards the side of your mat. We're going to slowly let our head and neck just relax here as we reach out to the sides of our ankles. Reach out and grab our ankles if that is possible, or grab your mat or blocks. Let's go ahead and reach our right arm up and over towards the opposite side, reaching towards the left. Down toward that ankle once again. Inhale, reach it up with your left hand this time. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lifting opposite hands, fingers to the sky. Awesome. Great. Let's go ahead and walk our hands towards the opposite side of our mat now. So we're switching directions, and that might be tricky with your television set. So, sorry. Let's go ahead and face our left toes towards the front of the mat, and our right foot is pushing behind us. Both hands to the inside of that left foot, and we're going to do lizard pose on this side. So once again, finding what's comfortable for you, taking the knee down to the mat, Really hinging forward into that hip flexor, taking your forearms down to the mat, taking your forearms down to a block, or even lifting that back leg while you do this as well. Try things today. It's fun to try new things. See what's comfortable for you. We'll be here for 10 breaths. 2, 3, gentle, slow, mindful breaths. If you find that your knee wants to go down, take it down. Coming to the end of our 10 breaths, take your time, be mindful, and then slowly coming back up. We're going to make our way back into that downward dog position on this opposite side, and then do those same knee to elbow exercises like we did earlier. So let's slowly wiggle walk that left foot back into a tabletop position, making our way to a downward dog here. Spreading our fingers wide, tucking our toes behind, lifting the hips up and back. I'm going to walk forward just a little bit, otherwise I will kick my lamp. I am aware of that. All right, here in downward dog, rotate those elbows out, rotating your arms in, pushing forward with the palm of your hand, pushing the heels backwards, finding good grip on your mat. Inhale, hug the left knee in and underneath you. Kick it up towards the sky behind you. Inhale, hug that knee in and underneath you, touching the left elbow. Torso will go forward as you do this. Inhale this time, knee goes under you and center. Kick it up behind you. This time, knee goes to your right elbow. Kick it back. It's okay if you're not perfect. This causes some shaky armness in me. Center, I just did left. Center, right elbow. Inhale, exhale, hug that knee in and underneath you once again. And this time, step it back into that downward dog position. Step those feet forward, coming forward into a forward fold. Hug the elbows here. Rock it back and forth in this forward fold. Knees are bent gently. Inhale up, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, fingertips reach out wide to the side, lift up to the sky. Prayer position above your head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Let's take it down once again into that tabletop position and take it back and down into a child's pose. Today I want to show you some movements that will not only help get you ready for a handstand, but movements to help strengthen your shoulder girdle. So as you're in this child's pose, reaching your fingertips forward just a little bit more, you can feel your shoulder blades move behind you and stretch. Let's come up to a seated position here, sitting on our heels. I'm going to take off my socks. Sometimes I forget about all my layers until I start moving and I'm like, whew. All right, from this seated position, we're going to focus once again on the dolphin pose that we did earlier. And then I'm going to show you some tips into going into a handstand against a wall. So let's go ahead and first just come into that tabletop position. So look at where your wrists are, and we're going to take our elbows and drop them right down to where our wrists are, or where our wrists were. Hands go out straight in front of you, parallel to each other. From here, I want you to lift up and then sink in. So lifting up, spreading your shoulder blades apart, pushing down through your hands, and then letting your shoulder blades come in towards one another and letting your belly sink in. So it is similar to cat-cow, but we're activating by pushing up through our elbows, spreading those shoulder blades wide, letting our head and neck hang loose here, and then exhale. Belly button sinks in, spine sinks in towards the mat underneath you, or belly sinks in towards the mat underneath you. Activate and exhale. So not quite dolphin pose yet, but let's go ahead and go into that dolphin pose. So we're going to press down through our hands and through our elbows, tuck our toes, and lift our hips up and back. In this dolphin pose, I want you to notice your tendency to maybe want to bring your hands in towards one another. I know that's my tendency, and that's okay. Inhale here in this dolphin pose. Exhale, knees down to the mat. Once again, walk your hands back towards your knees. Take a breath, bring the fingertips up. And exhale, fingertips come down to either side of your hips. So I'm going to switch gears here, and I'm going to ask you, if you have a wall in your house, to go towards that wall, and we're going to practice some different things here. So I've changed the camera angle, and I want to show you how to do this with a wall to support you in the process of a slow handstand. We always want to make sure our muscles are strong enough and able enough to support us and not rush into things. So I want to show you little steps to get there today. So just like we were doing before, we're going to come down into a tabletop position first to start with, and then we're going to come down to our forearms, getting into that dolphin pose like we were before. This time I want you to clasp your hands together, almost in a prayer pose. And then I'm going to ask you to slowly let your head and neck just relax down and be cradled into your prayer hands or into your clasp hands, almost like a small hat, or if you're holding on to the top of your head here. So let your head be cradled by your clasped hands. And then what I'm going to ask you to do is once again activate or engage those shoulder blades. So by stretching them out, strengthening your back muscles here. So head and neck are cradled, and we're going to activate our back muscles by spreading those shoulder blades apart. We're going to walk our knees in towards one another, and then we're going to slowly lift up into that dolphin pose once again. But this time it's just a little bit different. So rock back and forth, feeling this position here, and then come back down to a tabletop position. So the basics of getting to that handstand position are really feeling comfortable with those movements. And then we're going to slowly lift up one knee at a time, and then maybe slowly lift up one knee at a time, and then maybe lift up both feet. Okay, so once again, finding comfort in that position once again. So we're going to come down to our forearms, clasp our hands, let our head and neck be cradled into that position. We're going to lift up, and then maybe lift up one knee, one foot, and bring it down. And once again, come up to lifted toes, lift up one foot. So you should be pressing into your forearms, not pressing into the top of your head. So pressing into your forearms and not the top of your head. So one more time, let me make myself clear. We're cradling the top of our head like this, but we're using our shoulder girdle and our shoulder muscles to help us really push away from the ground and be able to possibly lift up 1 foot at a time. So we're going to try it one more time. And we're just easing into this, trying something new today. And hey, why not? It's a Monday. Okay, so coming into this modified dolphin pose into a handstand position, slowly. Forearm, forearm, clasped hands, pressing the top of our head into those clasped hands, and then slowly lifting up into that modified dolphin, and then lifting one knee in, 1 foot up, coming back down, lifting the opposite foot up, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like completely with the wall behind you. So really clasping those hands here, walking your feet in, lifting up, lifting up. So I'm not touching my head to the ground here. I am using my forearms. And I'm bending my knees, and then slowly coming down. It's fun! Okay, so we tried something new today. Headstands aren't really what I teach in Carondelet Park, but I think with the safety of a wall behind you and possibly also getting a friend or a buddy or a family member to just make sure that they're spotting you, they got you in case you lose balance or just need help. Those are all great things to remember with headstands, and we'll go through some more ideas and practice with that in future classes. So let's go ahead and do a cool down today. So let's go ahead and spread our legs wide to the side. We're going to inhale and reach up over the top of our head with our right hand. Reach it forward and off to the right ankle. This time reaching up with your left hand and over. Take both hands over to the left side, reaching. Maybe you can touch your toes, the bottom of your foot, or maybe you're here on your calf or thigh. Whatever your flexibility is, it's okay tonight. Lift up with your right fingertips and switch. Right hand on right ankle, left fingertips come up to the sky and switch and switch. Take both hands out in front of you, walking them ever so gently. Let your head and neck hang loose here. And slowly come up. Let's bring our legs into a butterfly position, actually. From this butterfly position, we're lifting up through the torso, up with the top of our head, lifting our chin, and breathing. Let's do a slow seated twist here. So left hand to right knee and right arm reaches out behind you. Inhale, face it forward, and opposite side. Take several breaths here as you twist behind you off to the left side. And switch back to the right. And off to the left. Face it forward and shrug those shoulders. Roll them back and down, one at a time. We worked out those shoulders with the shoulder girdle quite a bit Take the head and neck, slow circle forward. Head and neck, slow circle to the opposite direction. And all the way around. All right, let's make our way to slowly to our backs and come into our final resting pose of this evening. So hugging our knees in towards our body, let's slowly let ourselves rock back and forth here. Rock and roll. Oh. And coming into a position of bent knees in front of you. Let's hug those knees in. Let those knees fall off to the side of the mat, falling off to the left side to start with. Right arm is bent at a goal post. Go ahead and take your gaze off to the right side as you let your legs fall off to the left. Inhale, hug those knees in towards your body and let them fall off towards the right side. Left arm is in a goal post out to the side. Bring your gaze over towards that left arm, that left elbow. Breathing, soaking in this final twist here of the evening, or taking any more twists that your body needs, any more stretches. I'm going to go ahead and hug my knees in towards my nose. Let my heels reach down towards one end of the mat. Let my fingertips reach towards the opposite end. And then slowly let my arms rest on either side of my body. Coming into our final Shavasana of the evening. Take as long as you need here. Thank you for trying something new with me today. Take some deep breaths. Feeling thankful. Feeling strong, because you are strong. And feeling possibly a little more flexible than when we started as well. You get to decide what your body feels, so continue to take breaths here as long as you need, but thank you so much. We'll end today's video with this Shavasana.